Is this the weekend you're taking down your holiday decorations? The cold weather is a perfect excuse to stay in all day. Taking down the decorations seems to be more than a job than putting them up. I don't know why that is, but it is, which is why professional organizer Katina Boyd is here. All right, Katina, it can be totally overwhelming. Like, I'm thinking about doing this weekend and I'm overwhelmed by it. So kind of let's talk about 3 things that we can focus on.
Well, the first thing you want to do is take a picture of your decor. That way you know what you did this year that you liked and you didn't like. The second thing that you want to do is work room by room. Please do not pull it all out. Working room by room allows you to work in segments if you need to. And the third thing I like to do is pack all of the things for a particular room in the same box. That way, when you need it next year, everything is together.
Gotcha. Okay. And that is like a classic mistake that I think I make. I put everything in that one big thing, and then I have to pull it out and try to figure out where everything goes. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the storage of all things. We're going to start with the biggest decoration of them all, and that is the tree. Do you stuff it back in the box?
I prefer a Christmas tree bag. You can try the box, but over years, the boxes don't tend to last. But a Christmas tree bag goes a long way because you can store the tree in those bags and you can also do other things like garland, holiday pillows. The bags are a vibe.
Okay. And they're a little squishy too, so that kind of helps. All right.
Yeah, they make it really easy to like get them in places. They're not very rigid and stiff.
Okay. All right. I have all these old boxes that I use. They're all shapes and they take up all kind of space. Your recommendation for how to like put ornaments in a place is a whole lot better.
Yes, I like to use clear storage bags. Like Ziploc bags are my friend. That way I can put things together. So the red ornaments together, the green ornaments together. And that way, if they're in the same bin, they're still separated. And everybody has Ziploc bags.
Right. They're cheap to use. You've got them. And
Yes.
those are for like the stuff that's not breakable. Now, when you do have breakable stuff, what do you recommend?
I usually use a real ornament holder or storage container. They're very inexpensive. You can actually DIY one with cups and glue, but anybody got time for that? So I just buy a regular ornament holder and then put them in there. But you can also just wrap them in tissue paper.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so let's go back to more of the things that you're using to decorate, like the lights, for instance. You've got like these strings of lights. They never go back in the box. I know you have like one way that you do it. How do you do it?
Well, I do a variety of things, but my favorite thing for just any person is to take your lights. And these are my lights. I just used my little arm right here to wrap the lights.
Okay.
And then I took a piece of ribbon, like ribbon that was left over. I did not buy anything. I tied it, right? Okay. Then I have a bag. You see this bag? We all have these shopping bags. And as an organizer, I like to get rid of them. So you can just take this little, stick it right in this little bag right here.
Okay, and then you can kind of label it for which tree it goes on or whatever.
Yep, you can label it. And this does 2 things. It separates it and it keeps it dust free. Now, if you can see that, I labeled it. So I use the actual label maker. But you don't have to do that. You can use regular old tape and a Sharpie.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, and there's a
And you
couple
can stack
other,
it.
all right, and there's a couple other ways that you can do lights. You can use some other like household kind of things.
Yep. You can use cardboard. So you kind of put a slit on each end of the piece of cardboard and then wrap the lights around the cardboard. So we all got packages. So you can just take one of those packages, cut it, and wrap it. You can also use a paper towel tube. So you feed the light down into the tube and then wrap it around. And you can also use a hanger. Now, I have not mastered the clothes hanger, but you
Okay.
can also use a clothes hanger
All
to do
right.
it.
Before we go, I know that one of your big things is make sure that you don't use bin upon bin upon bin that you can't see through and that you don't know what's in it.
No, I prefer a clear bin. That way you can see it. and a label. So just like I showed you, I use a label maker. I am an organizer. It would be crazy if I went to somebody's house and didn't use a label maker, but you don't have to. You can just take masking tape and write on it. That way, next year, you will know what's in this bin without having to go through it and get it all over everywhere.
Yep, these are easy things that I don't have to buy stuff, and I'm going to be able to like organize everything much better. Katina, we thank you for your help. Thanks much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see this, send it to a friend who needs some organizational help. This is going to be in the Two Wants to Know section of our website.